What the world needs now is love, sweet love. Remember that? It's the only thing that there's just too little of. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. Boy, isn't that the truth. And that's true for you, and that's true for me. And that is why I'm spending the next 5 weeks dedicating all of our topics on love. Wondering how many of you related to the song, our theme song for the next 5 weeks. I'm everything I am because you loved me. Love heals. It strengthens and it changes things. Love is the answer to our emptiness, our searching, and our discontent. Love is the antidote to overeating, to drinking too much, to shopping, to busyness, to control, to narcissism, and to anxiety. Love. If my life's work ended and I had led a group of people to really get this and practice it, I would have accomplished more than my heart could have ever imagined. We are desperate to be loved. We needed it when we came into this world, and we're going to need it when we leave this world. We're so desperate for love that we literally spend a lifetime looking for it. From people, from possessions, from drugs of choice, from experiences. We need to feel, and we need to feel loved. We're desperate for approval, love. We're desperate for recognition, love. We're desperate for acceptance, love. We spend a lifetime looking outside of ourselves for the very thing that lives inside of us, the ability to receive and to create love. Remember the scene in The Wizard of Oz when Dorothy learned that she had the power to go home all along? Well, so do you. My grasp of loving myself unfolded for me in steps. As I was doing the work to heal my wounded past, which was causing chaos in my present life, no matter what path I was on, or what book I was reading, what program I was working through, it always came back to how I was loving myself. I'll tell you that I had done a pretty good job over my lifetime of self-care, but that's not what I'm talking about here. Self-care is included in the ways we love ourselves, but self-care does not equal self-love. A lot of people get stuck thinking self-care is self-love. And don't get me wrong, caring for yourself is a loving thing to do, but it, in and of itself, is not self-love. And it alone won't heal you. To put it simply, self-love is the kind of love that we all needed when we were kids. We needed unconditional love without judgment. We needed someone to be attuned to our feelings. We needed protection. We needed someone to listen. We needed someone to spend one-on-one time with us. We needed someone to care enough about us to set boundaries for us until we learned to set them for ourselves. We needed someone to forgive us. We needed someone to work beside us and play beside us. We needed someone to laugh with and to cry with. We needed someone to care about our heart's desires. All of us needed all those things. And now we're responsible for all of those things. You are responsible for all of those things. Not your husband, not your wife, not your children, not your siblings, not your grandchildren, not your friends. You are responsible for your life. Only you have the power to move your life forward with this kind of self-love. So here's the truth. We all need those things, and the people in our lives aren't responsible to supply them. We are. This is called simply reparenting. And every one of us that are interested in being healthy emotionally and physically and becoming a more loving person must master this kind of love. So the very first thing you've got to ask yourself to start this journey of self-love is, do I want to take complete responsibility for my feelings? And what we'll be talking about in the next 5 weeks is feelings, not thinking. There must be a willingness to feel your feelings instead of avoid them or deny them. There must be a willingness to feel instead of think. Loving yourself's the answer. And just how do you go about that? Well, really, it's easier than it sounds. Just so you know, and it's not a short-term deal either. It's a long-term deal. Just like parenting isn't a short-term deal. You love your children every day. You must love yourself every day. It becomes second nature. It's just who you are. So start with this. Treat yourself this week as a loving, attuned, healthy parent would treat their child. When you feel a feeling, fear, anxiety, insecurity, insignificance, when you feel inadequate, when you feel hopeless, when you feel angry, respond to yourself lovingly, without judgment, taking loving action as a really loving parent would. But it all starts with feeling, not thinking. Feel. Allow the feelings to bubble up. You might need your feeling wheel to identify what you're actually feeling, but then respond to yourself as a loving adult would. It might feel awkward or funny or stupid at first, but I'm here to tell you it's the answer, and it gets more and more and more natural. We're going to go in depth next week about how the process of loving yourself looks, but you can start now. We all can. I want you to be able to listen to the words of our theme song, I'm everything I am because you loved me, and relate to it and recognize that you and the love that you are extending to you is healing you. The love that you learn to extend to yourself with grace and truth will change everything. I'm everything I am because you loved me. Love you, friends. See you next time.